I was listening to a podcast by another guy I follow called Gunner Blog. He was suggesting that before we weren't necessarily convincing when we wanted to sign guys like Zaha. Apparently our presentations weren't good. So like the pie charts and the bar graphs, they didn't make sense.
Wait, you didn't convince Zaha?
40 million
No,
plus
we
one
didn't
kind of
convince the
situation.
board. The board
Okay.
in a crunk were like, hey, presentation hata muja save. You know, like that kind of shit. Hata transitions aziko, you know what I mean? It wasn't good presentations, but now Edu, Cheki, Edu
So
and
Excel
Arteta.
Jamaa Excel.
Edu
hadi
and
wafeli.
Arteta. Hello and welcome to another episode of Onetwo TV with myself, Zuhum, and Saddam. And today we also have a special guest in Mr. Hatari. Waweru Hatari. Danger Man. Izal,
What's up, bro?
you good?
I'm easy.
Mr. Hatari is a United fan, and by the way, Hatari is his real name. It's not because he's got dangerous tendencies or he's cool.
Not at all.
No, not because he's cool. Not at all.
I'm good.
We're gonna review the games of Game Week 9 in the Premier League. Also gonna have a few mentions for the Atletico Barça game, along with some Serie A action. So just quickly looking at the matches and summarizing them. We started off with Chelsea versus Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea 2, Newcastle 0. Chelsea away from home, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good game by Chelsea, by the way.
I think to be fair, I watched the first half. I watched a little bit of the end of the second half, and I thought to myself, these guys probably should have been 3-4-0.
Very wasteful, though. Very
Yeah.
wasteful.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
yeah, but I mean, at least they're creating chances. Coming from an Arsenal fan, it's hard. It's hard to watch other people create chances.
One thing I like about Lampard is, remember the beginning of the season, there was defensive problems. He had to figure out something. He started playing Reece James constantly. Zuma has been very consistent. He decided to put Kante as a CDM.
Yeah.
And I think they've conceded how many goals in the last maybe 5-10 games?
Well, I can actually get you that very quickly.
in the
They
APL
have
probably
so
one.
many clean sheets.
Yeah.
They've conceded
very, very many.
10 goals in 9 games
In the APL.
in the Premier League alone. Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
5.
I'd have to go through the
Yeah.
list. But the thing is, you're right.
The defensive-
he's managed to organize that defense.
Yeah, and another thing is they never had a problem with attacking.
No.
They used to score goals, but then again they used to concede a lot of goals. So,
Well, yeah, I mean,
at the beginning. So Lampard strengthened their defense without compromising the attack. So it's possible. So a manager can sort out your defense without killing the attack.
I mean,
Yes.
it helps. It helps if you spend 200 million on attack. But okay, yeah, sure.
What do you mean spend 100 million?
Well, the thing is, right? When he first started the season, Lampard started playing Kai Havertz in awkward positions, at left wing, at right wing.
Yeah. He didn't know how to use him properly.
I think he was just trying to plug in a few holes and trying to fit in Mason Mount somewhere. And also, obviously, he had to wait for Hakim Ziyech, who I've maintained, Tangu Mwanzo, that guy is going to be the catalyst for Chelsea no matter what. If Hakim Ziyech doesn't play, I feel like they still, of course they have quality players, of course they're going to create chances, but not anywhere near as with the efficiency they would have with Hakim Ziyech.
He's a presence in the center.
Exactly. So I have to give credit where it's due, and I think it's more to do with the Tammy Abraham thing, Timo Werner, how he's incorporated them, and also how he sorted out the defense. That's fair play.
Psychologically, I think that's what changed everything. Getting Kepa off that starting lineup. Kepa is a hoax, if you ask me. Kepa, the mere fact that Mendy is at the back right now, everyone ahead of him is more confident. That allows players to play football.
Yeah.
The fact that Lampard he's a good coach. He's played his football and he's earned his stripes. He's a good coach, right? Like you're giving.
He's a
him
good
credit.
student of the game.
Yes, he's a good student of the game, and likewise, he's managing his players very
Exactly.
well. It was quite premature of everyone to write him off after 2, 3, 4, 5 games in the EPL with a freshly assembled squad. Money not not being a factor, whether or not they cost $500 million, $500 million, it didn't matter.
The point is, it's new players.
It's new players learning a new system, most of them coming from farmers' leagues, getting into the EPL. Easily the most competitive league in the world. Kai being referred to as a younger Zidane, something of the sort, the new Zidane. Big props.
Mount is the next Zidane, I think.
Okay. What?
Mount has so much. Mount is English. Let's start there.
Mount
There's
is
too
causing
much
problems.
hype around English-based players, especially when they're young.
I
The thing is,
disagree.
the
I
thing is,
disagree.
though,
I disagree. Not
with
Mount.
Mason
Not
Mount,
Mount. Not Mount.
You think he's all that?
I think he's
It
all. I
counts.
think yes.
I think Mason Mount is one of the best English young talents.
Yeah, Mount is bringing issues. People are thinking of now. Remember, Havertz was being played on the wing because of Mount.
Yeah, he was trying to
And
accommodate
the same Mount
How?
and the same Mount
That's a
got
kind of-
Grealish benched in England.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Yes,
It's true.
That was
And the last couple of games that England have played, where Grealish has started,
I'm not saying Mount is better than Grealish, but Mount is good enough that people are thinking about putting him instead of Grealish.
Yeah, the
putting
thing
him
is-
instead of Havertz.
the
That's
thing
how
is,
good he is.
When
I think-
you think about how Frank Lampard likes his midfielders, and if you think about the modern day midfielder, right? A lot of them, and the best of them, obviously, I think, in my opinion, is KDB. When he's on form, he's the best of the modern day creative midfielders.
Yeah.
He does everything. He can attack, he can dribble, he can shoot from outside the box, he can link up and make cute passes, he can make long range passes.
You can track back.
He can track back, of course. Defending
does
is
a
not
very good job, by the
Yeah,
way.
if anything, I think he's currently being overworked in defense. But we'll get to that game in a bit. But they can do all of that. You see, and that's why guys like Mesut Ozil and these luxury number 10s are being phased out of the modern day football. If you think about it, Mason Mount can do all of that. Mason Mount can mix it up. It's just that, what lets him down is his actual age. He's so young. I wouldn't say he's inexperienced, but he still has a long way to go before he's consistently making the right decisions at the right time.
The
I think that's
environment.
the difference.
I think also the environment works a lot on his favor because one, we have Abraham, we have Reece James. Those are the guys that he grew up with, literally.
Yeah.
Mona.
that helps.
And then Lampard as well, who's a Chelsea legend, and he's also Chelsea. As in the environment, everything is just perfect for Mount to be a good player.
Yeah, but
and
now they call him Lampard's son.
yeah, he even I saw that. He even said he's not my son.
He's not my son, guys.
Yeah, but yeah, as in he has all the recipes of being a very consistent player. You see, flashy players, not all of them are consistent, but someone like Mount, those are the guys you always rely on.
Hard
like,
work.
yes, you want him to do 1, 2, 3, he's going to do 1, 2, 3.
That's the thing. He gives you an 7 to 8 out of 10 almost every game.
Whether you win
almost
or lose.
every game, yeah. Whether you win or lose individually, that guy's worked his socks off in attack and in defense. I mean, honestly, I think he's top 3, one of the youngsters from England. Honestly, he really is.
He is actually the future of England, to be honest. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, Kuna Mason Greenwood, Kuna Saka. There's
Greenwood.
There's a good health. There's a good healthy
Not
mix
Greenwood.
there.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Chelsea for you. I'd love to hear what this guy has to think because I think both of us agree they're title contenders.
Yeah,
this
They are.
season,
They
for
are.
sure.
They are.
And this isn't because we just want to caveat this with it's not early season hype. It's not that.
No,
we're seeing. I think, in my opinion, we're seeing everyone around them, and they just look like the one with the most direction, and also because of their transfer activity, they look the readiest out of the rest of the teams, out of Man City and outside of Man City and Liverpool, to challenge, in my opinion.
And they don't look weak.
City are not there, no.
I know City aren't now.
Disagree
I'm
with
just talking about
regard
the
to
top
City.
2. I agree.
Top 2, you can't ignore Spurs.
No. I'm talking about the last 3 years top 2 teams.
Oh,
you get what I mean?
the traditional-
So now to come knock them off their perch,
yeah.
or maybe even just find room there.
Yeah, true.
I think it's Chelsea.
Chelsea or Spurs.
I mean, Spurs.
Spurs have to be there because of their coach.
I get that.
And they also
get
have a very, very
Mourinho,
good
Lampard
cap-
is not Mourinho with regard to experience.
It's true.
He might have the firepower, he might have the pawns on the table, but he's just not in a one game scenario where you have to win. I wouldn't put my money on Lampard with his squad as opposed to
Yeah, I agree.
Mo and Spurs.
I get that. I get that. And
But,
obviously,
but
it doesn't help.
they're
when
genuine
Lampard's
top four
already-
contenders.
Yeah,
Let me
they
put
are.
it that way.
No, for sure they are. That's no doubt. You know,
Yeah.
when you spend 200M, you can't be anything
Bro,
but.
spending money. United are spending money than
Well,
nowhere
we
else
spent-
we've
we've
Spending
spent
money
way
means
more.
It's
nothing.
true. It's
Yeah.
true. But that's the thing. United, they've spent money on guys everybody thought from the beginning of the deal, before the guys even started
Oh,
kicking the
God.
ball, they hated them.
Yeah.
Chelsea are spending money on players everybody is salivating
True.
on. If you think about it,
True,
everybody
true.
would want Ziyech. Everybody would want Timo
Werner.
Werner. Everybody would want N'Golo Kante. Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about Thiago Silva, but like they have
2 years ago,
midfielders
maybe,
who
yeah,
you can pick and choose from. You go like that guy improves our midfield. That guy improves our attack. That guy improves
Yeah.
our.
And the
holding.
funny thing is, it's only Havertz that we saw them being desperate on, right? Everyone else, I think it was a fair price.
Ziyech
Yeah,
was
I think so.
already
Everyone else was
done.
up. Yeah, and they're all good
Yeah.
deals, like not overpriced, nothing.
Yes.
No, no.
Yeah.
Even Chill is a very good signing as well.
Very
Very,
good
very,
signing.
very good, very consistent.
Very good. Yeah.
Fair man. So in my opinion,
I
by the way,
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
They are top four, yes.
top
top
four
four.
for sure.
For sure.
But top like dark horse in the title race, they're one of them. If there's more than one, that's what I'm saying.
Spurs for me, Spurs have a history of bottling it.
No.
Famously.
Spurs.
So they are the dark horse for me. If Chelsea will be there or thereabouts, it won't be a surprise, so
Yeah,
to speak,
no,
because like you said, the money and the way the team seems to be gelling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway, Tottenham and City, man. Did you guys catch that game?
I did.
How was it for you?
Second half.
Okay.
Spurs were. I don't even want to say that they were playing like them. They played like Mo demands of their players. I think that's the thing about Mo. If he doesn't have the trust of his team, he won't be effective as a coach. And I think whatever juju that Ghost whispering he's done, his players are listening to him.
Well, the thing is, when a manager of Mourinho's stature, and around the world, people maybe play it down, they go like he's washed up.
No.
But when you watch the All or Nothing documentary, when he first signed in, you see the players in the
dining area.
In the dining
Yeah.
area, they're in shock. They're like, "Yo, that's Champions Leagues. That's
Yes.
Serie A's. That's La Liga. That's Premier Leagues." You know, it's mad what this guy has done.
It's finishing third with a United team.
Second, yeah. Second, yeah.
Finishing second with a United team that had no business being in the top six
And,
at
winning,
that
and
time.
winning 3 trophies in the same season.
In the same bloody season. Think about that.
I think it didn't take much for him
Yeah.
to convince them. They were already convinced the moment and then the way he spoke to, for example, Harry Kane. Harry Kane, look at him now. He's taking everything into his stride. There was a comment by one of these pundits on Sky, I can't remember which name, but he said, if there's one player outside of Kevin De Bruyne you want making a pass to create a chance, it's Harry Kane right now.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And I think I have to agree. In the Premier League right now,
He's been. You see, there is the traditional number 9s who've been doing their thing day in, day out. Benzema.
yeah.
There is Lewa. I can't think of another one.
Yeah, there's Zlatan.
Before
Very unfair of
Harry
you.
Kane, he's 39. No, he's not.
Bro, he's
Wait,
top
wait,
scorer of Serie A.
This-
wait. Who's not there?
Not anymore. Surely he's
Zlatan
39.
counts.
Yeah, and he's the top scorer of Serie A.
Yeah, after missing 5 pens, guy.
Come
Imagine-
on,
Juve
Imagine
will
he
reign him.
scores.
Juve will reign the mean,
Oh my God.
and they will
Bro,
finish third.
This guy,
Come on,
It's okay. It's
early times,
Hatari,
man.
check. We'll get to AC Milan because
Yeah.
there's a lot I actually want to pick out from there,
yeah.
especially for Man City's future centre back Koulibaly. I want to discuss that a bit. But you're right. Tottenham, honestly, they played like they were being controlled as puppets. They're puppeteer. Is it puppeteer? That's the word
I think
for puppets.
another.
Yeah, is Mourinho. Think about it. These guys reminded me of Inter Milan.
The discipline.
Yeah, they reminded me of Inter Milan.
They have the discipline of an old Italian team.
Did you see Alderweireld's performance that game?
Very good.
Fantastic. I
Very,
mean,
very, very
crucial
solid.
challenges. And Tanga Ndombele, for example, who was out of favor initially for Mourinho, especially in the All or Nothing documentary. You actually see him speaking with the agent and
Oh, yeah?
Daniel Levy. Yeah, he's there talking about it. And then Mourinho's just like, I just need you to push.
Yeah.
And look at him now. I swear to God, that guy has 3 assists in the last 3 games he's played against Man City. So in Man City versus Tottenham, one might be more inclined to choose him over KDB in a combined 11.
Okay. That's a reach. That's a reach.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Where was KDB on Saturday?
City?
I'm just
City,
saying.
You see,
You're making a combined 11.
Yeah.
Atari. So I've just given you stats. So this guy is the one who gets assists in this particular game. Combined 11 between Tottenham and Man City. You're telling me you're still going to choose KDB?
KDB.
You need to be modern.
You
You need to think forward.
No,
you need
no,
to
no,
think
no,
outside the box, you know?
No, there's
No,
no box.
you guys-
There's no box.
No, I'm messing. Look, but honestly, you have to give credit where it's due. In as much as I think Man City performed poorly, and there's reasons we'll get into that, I think Ndombele, Harry Kane, Heung-min Son were fantastic. But what the hell is happening with Man City now?
I think they haven't been able to replace David Silva. I think can put it down to that. It's KDB is all that and then some.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have anyone supporting his kind of play like Silva used to.
I would actually disagree. I think it's Fernandinho.
I think
You think?
more.
I think it's
more
Fernandinho because
Fernandinho.
They're number
the
6.
the moment he brought in Rodri to try and replace Fernandinho, everything collapsed.
I'm still not convinced by
Everything
Rodri.
collapsed.
City have always been the team where you score 4, we score 5. We get 3 points by any which way.
Yes.
That's a problem with attack. And the attack is through the mid,
I get that.
right? So much as we can speak about the guys at the front, but I mean, sorry, the guys at the back, and I understand and appreciate the role as a CDM brings to a team, they're just not scoring.
I get that, and I fully
That,
agree. I agree
that
with you
is
both.
so strange, and especially for some of us who play fantasy, man. I have let go of every single City player I have had. City always used to have, and I'm a United fan, believe me, this is painful. But in my fantasy squad, I always used to have 3 City players, standard, then the rest. I don't have a
get
single
that.
one.
I fully agree. I get that.
Right?
The attacking part, I would say this season the one they're struggling to attack.
Yeah.
And it's open. They have injuries left and right. Jesus was out. Aguero just came on. No.
Sterling
But
isn't scoring.
Let's talk about last season as well. Because you see, whatever is happening right now is something that started from last season.
Yeah.
And that is conceding easy goals.
Yeah.
And when they are transition from attacking to defending, it's so easy to pick them out.
If you
And
look
it's-
at the second goal,
it has
just to substantiate this guy's point, if you look at the second goal specifically, the pass goes from a defender to Harry Kane to who's the guy who scored? Lo Celso. Okay, there was no pressure on the ball. Now, if you look at the first goal, Tanga Ndombele as well is the one who is it?
Yeah.
Tanga
Yeah,
Ndombele who
true.
made the pass. There was no pressure on the ball, and the thing is, it's not necessarily Rodri's fault that there was no pressure on the ball. I just think Rodri as a holding midfielder doesn't bring that intensity. You get so City, for example, 2 years ago they were the best at the high press and the counter press.
True.
You guys know what the counter press is, right? As soon as you lose the ball, you immediately press and try and win it back.
Barca kind of football.
Exactly. And now they're nowhere near that level. And I think that's due to how Rodri conducts himself in that midfield. He doesn't boss it the way Fernandinho does, and he's nowhere near the same communicator as Fernandinho. So that's
He's not quick enough?
Yeah, he's nowhere near quick enough. He's not as snappy. And the thing is, City were one of the teams that committed the most fouls. Because as soon as they lose the ball, they either foul you or they win the ball back.
Remember those really funny fouls? People used to
Fernandinho.
complain. Yeah, people used to complain like, City are making intelligent fouls.
Yes.
Remember
Yeah.
some coaches
Yeah,
were
of
complaining
course. Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. And that is Fernandinho and whoever's playing with him. Because they see Fernandinho doing it, so it's becoming a thing. No one is doing that anymore.
It was actually
I
Fernandinho,
agree.
Kevin De Bruyne, and David Silva. David Silva, something I always remembered about him, wasn't just the beautiful stuff that he did. That guy was an annoying little tackler.
True.
Because he was very snappy. That's the one thing I remember comparing him with Santi Cazorla. Both were equally, in my opinion, good on the ball, but David Silva off the ball was fantastic. And right now they're missing that. David Silva, they're missing him from a defensive point of view and also from an attacking point of view.
True,
because
true,
now, even when they had how much, what was the percentage? I can't remember, like 64, 65%
6, I think.
possession of the ball. It's ridiculous. 67% possession.
Yeah.
And they did nothing with it, man. They had 19 crosses, 22 shots, doing nothing. And that's because, in my opinion, they miss another player alongside Kevin De Bruyne, who doesn't see a pass, because we know Phil Foden can pick a pass. We know
Can pick out a
Bernardo
pass.
Silva can pick out a pass. But David Silva could see a move.
True.
You get? He could see a move. And what happens when he links up with Kevin De Bruyne? He sees a move. Kevin De Bruyne is the furthest man forward. He cuts it back. It's a goal. Assist for Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
But a lot of the good work that happens, a lot of the unseen stuff that happens comes from David Silva, or used to come from David Silva.
Yeah.
So I agree equally, but I think Fernandinho, at least, if they had Fernandinho in that game ends level.
I agree with you
Yeah,
guys.
at least they don't
At
I hadn't
concede.
looked at it from that point of view, but I
Yeah.
remember for all the things that Pep has said in the past, he always used to say consistently when he was at Barca, the number one name on his team sheet had always been Sergi Busquets.
Yeah.
Right? Same role. So I do agree.
Same role, but
Yeah.
Busquets, compared to Rodri, he wasn't as intense, for example, as intense and as hard as Fernandinho. That's very different attributes. But Sergio Busquets,
Premier League.
without, yeah,
For
I mean,
Premier
I
League.
get that.
For
The
EPL,
Premier
you have
League-
to be
Fernandinho,
hard.
yeah.
He's ideal for it.
Exactly. So I think
How far
they
away
need
is
to-
he from getting back?
I mean, even if he does get back, though, what age? He's 33.
That's the thing. His contract is ending at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Actually, they just added 1 year. He's supposed to end last season.
They extended it. So, in my opinion,
Yeah,
they
but
need to replace him. That's the most
And
important
the funny thing,
they
they've
need to
spent
replace.
60-something million pounds on fucking Rodri.
Fucking Rodri, man.
Jeez.
So
So-
how do you justify? You asked for money from your whoever
Yeah.
give you money. I will pay 60-something.
Honestly,
You have to blame.
I do
You
not
have to.
understand.
You have to.
I do not
You have to make
understand.
him work.
I don't understand how they looked at Rodri and Partey from the Atletico midfield and decided Rodri for the holding midfield role. Partey seems, honestly, Partey seems a lot more suitable for that role than freaking Rodri.
You know they're playing in the same league now, right?
Yeah, they play in the same league now.
But he'd work for City.
Uh-huh.
That's what you're saying. He'd work for City, but not.
No. Of course he's gonna work for us. Just chill out. Don't worry, bro. Because as soon as he was
Next
brought,
season, right?
wait, as soon as he was brought, what was United tena? Walianza, Fred, mjamaa akapokonywa ball, Chobo ndio huyo akalazwa, tukaendelea tukashinda game. Si ndio?
Wow.
What? I'm just saying. He pocketed. Bruno Fernandes was off by the 60th minute. Pogba gave away a penalty. Fred was busy collecting chobos. All I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
We're ahead of you with a game in hand. But
So,
kudos to you.
Yeah, not for long.
No goal scored.
We were ahead of you last season.
What, you said what?
We were ahead of you last season. Not
and-
for long, yeah.
And then?
what happened? Who ended up in the Champions League?
Are you trying to compare yourselves
Season
and ourselves?
haishi game week 9 say.
You guys have started being in February and it is November.
Usijali mse. Tunakam. But honestly, that's what I feel like
Okay.
Man City miss. They need to replace. There was actually a great tweet by a guy called Tim Stillman. I know you follow him on Twitter. He's an Arsenal journalist, right?
Yeah.
But he was talking about the Atletico Barca game. He was saying whoever the right back was at the time, Dest or Roberto, not as good as Dani Alves. Griezmann and these guys not as good. Man City players in a very similar way. Man City guys, Bernardo Silva not as good as David Silva.
No.
Gabriel Jesus not Aguero.
But
Rodri not Fernandinho. Emerick Laporte or Ruben Diaz not Kompany.
But that's inevitable. Ukiangalia,
That's
if you
huge.
have a certain age, if you have a very good team and they're all almost the same age, at one you can never replace all of them at the same time.
You can't.
There's always a transition. I think City are in a transition. I think
They are.
and they're in transition and they're still finishing top 4. That is not a bad transition. Umona.
Yeah.
You guys have been transitioning for the last 15 years.
I mean, it doesn't help. We don't have Arab owners, man, who look at this guy and he's being told, this guy is 80 million. Let me check my wallet. Seriously, man.
Come on, man. You
It doesn't help. It doesn't
Nah,
help.
man. If your owner wanted to spend money, he would. He just doesn't
No,
want
he
to.
did.
He did though.
Pepe.
Once he was convinced, he did. He went and spent 27 million on Gabriel
72 on Pepe.
and 45 million on Partey,
72 on
who
Pepe.
are still cheaper than Maguire. So don't at me, bro.
Oh,
We
no,
move
no,
on
no,
to-
no, no,
we
no, no,
move
no,
on to
no,
the
no, no,
next
no.
game.
You mentioned your owners, not I.
Don't at me, bro. Let's talk about Man United West Brom actually, because I heard it's been a while since you guys have scored from open play at Old Trafford.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, at least we did.
First win, eh?
First win.
Okay,
At
congrats.
home. Thank you.
What do you make of that game? You're the United fan. You kick us off.
Same thing with our comments with regard to Chelsea. We should have scored way more, right?
Should have considered a penalty as well.
Shouldn't have.
Should have considered a penalty. There was a penalty that
I think that was.
he hit him in the shin.
He hit him on
We
the
all
shin
saw
before he
that.
got the ball.
It's okay. VAR. It's United.
Cheza na ref. Si
Yeah,
usema
yeah.
cheza na ref.
So I don't have a problem chezaing na ref. Lakini
What?
when the ref's Facebook page shows a picture of Old Trafford as the Facebook cover, now I have a problem.
Show me a picture or it didn't.
No,
Or it didn't happen.
we're showing it right now. Like, yeah.
It's
No.
good.
You've seen, yes.
Bro,
It's a lie.
Do you want me to
Photoshop.
open Facebook right now? David Coots is a blatant United fan.
So you're telling me the most professionally run league in the world could actually play.
That's arguable. That's
arguable. That's arguable.
Let it not be arguable just for the sake of this discussion. Come on, guys.
Premier League referees are known
What
to
do
be
you
the
mean?
worst.
The Premier League
So-
tried to charge people £15 to watch games. Did Serie A and La Liga do that?
No.
I'd say other leagues are being run better. It's just a better
Speaking of
league.
being running
What?
better,
What?
Milan versus Roma, the referee and the VAR made some mistakes in the game. They were banned for a month.
Italy has a. Surely we're not. Are we speaking about
Yes,
Italy now?
No, we're talking about referees making a mistake in the game and getting punished. That is a sign of a league that is run well.
Yeah, man.
That's a sign of a league that has been discovered. Same thing happened in what 2007, 2006. Juve went to Division 2. Guys, come on.
No. Seriously, you cannot have. Look, I have no problems if David Coots looked at that thing and said this is a penalty. If he was fair, in my opinion, if he was fair, I'd have no problem. He can be whatever fan he wants to
So
be.
you're telling me that the entire system. Let's start with the ref. You said he's a United fan, apparently.
Yeah, and it clearly affected the game.
The VAR ref. Is he a United fan also?
No, but who's the
He
guy
would-
who
So
makes
we're
the decision?
He didn't make the decision. The
Yeah,
referee made
this
the
guy
decision.
went
Yeah,
back and
based on the fact that he's told you need to have a look at it,
No.
right?
He's the one who's called the penalty.
Yeah.
Sawa. He called the
And-
penalty
and
and
then
then
he
I
was
can
told
go
to have a
VAR.
Then VAR reviews it.
Come on, no.
No,
You have to.
He
check.
reviewed it.
No. The process is that if he calls a penalty, if anything is questionable, right?
Yeah.
The refs in the VAR room have a look at it.
Yes.
Yes.
Then they advise the ref, you
Yes.
need to have a look at it because you're the man in the middle, you'll
Yes.
make the decision.
Yes.
So you're saying that entire setup, all those guys conspired for us not to consider.
No. This is what happened. This is what happened, okay? This guy is told, have
Come
a
on,
look
guys.
at this. It might not be a pen. It might actually be a pen. But then he clearly looked at it and goes like, shit, I'm a United fan.
What?
I can't give this.
Surely, are you guys serious?
I
We need a-
genuinely
We're
believe
actually
that
having
was
a discussion
penalty.
about
we need
this.
a win at Old Trafford. We haven't won in a while.
And
he
screw the
he's-
open play
what's the
statistic.
picture in his header?
Exactly.
Old Trafford. And they've won. They haven't
Bro,
won in Old Trafford. Connect the
just-
dots.
As in, honestly,
I'm
some
not
things-
winning this, am I?
No, you are.
You won the game.
Listen.
It's not a competition. It's not a competition.
This seems to be a competition.
Mr. Hatari.
Come on.
Mr. Hatari. Ngoja.
This is conjecture.
Okay. You know, whenever Bruno Fernandes takes a pen, it's like Score Hero. Have you guys ever played Score Hero?
No.
It's like a game where if you miss a chance, you can just retake it the way you want it.
Surely.
Yeah.
Are we? Come on. Even that?
Wallah, it's true, man. You should play it. Wallah, it's really fun because you get like
No.
a proper player. You go with him. You start smaller leagues, then you move forward. Hey, it's crazy, man.
That game you have to win.
You have to win.
Regardless.
See, come on, United. You just have to win.
Listen. The rules are very simple,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, it depends.
You step off the line before the penalty the ball is hit. You retake it if you save it.
It's fine. No worries.
If it's
Whatever.
United. Okay. fine.
No.
It's cool, man. Whatever.
It's fact.
No,
It's
okay,
written
okay.
somewhere.
It's all whatever.
It's surely we're not having this discussion. Surely, well, come on.
All I'm saying is you guys are dull, man.
What?
You guys are dull.
You wish you were in our shoes.
Not really. No, actually, no.
You're an Arsenal fan.
Wait,
You do.
seriously?
Remember the discussion if they had half the success?
No, yeah. We'll
Yeah.
get that. Let him shine right now.
Seriously? Anyway, it's fine. I don't know. I don't think I'd be in United's foot, United's shoes rather, because last season you lost 3 semi-finals. Sawa, you got Champions League, but 3 semi-finals mkatoka tu kama runners up.
And we're playing today, you're playing on Thursday.
Ni sawa.
You wish you were in our shoes.
Mtachapwa na Istanbul tu.
Money on it?
Dembaba!
Money on it?
I can't do that, I'm afraid. I'm Muslim.
How convenient.
I want to, but I can't.
How convenient. It's all
I'm
right.
so confident with you guys. Anyway, let's keep it moving. What did you like about that game?
Confidence. And the fact that Pogba wasn't on the bench.
Because he was
Wait.
injured.
No. He's our most skilled player, most talented player. He's not there. His heart is not there for some reason, or his head, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't help if you see
you
lack
see-
of quality around you. How is your heart gonna be in there, bro?
We won. Lack of what?
Wait. Do you think
Bro.
Pogba is not okay? Who do you think is not good for each other? Do you think Pogba is in the wrong club or United deserve a better player?
Oh, that's a
Pogba
nice question.
Is our most talented player according to me in my.
So he
humble
deserves a
opinion.
better club.
No, he doesn't get much better than us, please.
No,
But
okay.
Actually, I think he does.
Anyone deserves anything more than
your
McTominay and Fred.
most talented player isn't even playing. So please.
Who's that? Husam Awar, we haven't signed him yet.
Take
We haven't
your
signed
time.
Husam
Take your
Awar
time.
yet, bro.
Take your time.
Okay.
You see, Pogba, if you don't want to play for United, and I'm not saying that's the case with him. If you don't want to play for United, if you don't want to play for any of your teams, right? The team you're in, if you're not giving 100 for the team you're contracted to at the time, you shouldn't be there, right? It's very hard convincing a grown-ass man earning a whole lot of money.
No, that's a very general statement. Yes, if someone doesn't want to play for a club, yes, he should leave. But is that the same thing for Pogba?
I think it is the case for Pogba.
But you just said you don't think
What?
you don't think that's the case with Pogba, that he wants to leave and play.
No.
else.
I've just said his heart is not there. He actually said it when he was at camp in France.
Okay,
that-
Atari, are you now a
that-
surgeon as well? How do you see what is inside?
He said it when he was in France at camp that the change of atmosphere is something he needed. That
Okay,
things are
yeah,
very
but
negative
how do you compare?
back at home.
But that
Yeah,
makes
but he didn't
sense.
say it.
It
You're
is-
deducing
No,
again.
that's a fact,
What?
though. That's a fact. He's in United
Fair.
playing with
Yeah.
McTominay and winning nothing. He goes to France, World Cup winners. There has to be a difference.
No, listen. The
No,
way I see it
up
is-
your game, be a
Let me tell you
leader.
guys,
What
let
do you
me
mean?
No.
It can't be that
It
you don't
doesn't
have
help.
guys
Check
who are
it,
not
check
us.
it.
He'll never be on a team. It doesn't matter where he goes. There'll always be someone less talented than you, right?
In United,
Everyone's less talented. You just said he's the most
Exactly.
talented.
which is
Then be a
impressive for
leader.
him.
No, checky. It doesn't help.
Let's compare.
It
Let's
doesn't help.
compare. There's always that one guy who's better than everyone else in a team, right?
Yeah, more often than not, that's
And
me.
you will be, by virtue of how you conduct yourself, you pull everyone up by their bootstraps.
Well, sort of, not really.
Or
Not
that's
all,
the definition
It
of a
doesn't
leader.
help.
No,
It
no,
doesn't
That's
help.
the definition of a leader, man.
It doesn't help if the people around you don't even know how to tie their laces.
No, being
Eh,
All I'm saying is Pogba was told we were going to invest. So,
Yes.
akasikia rumors, we're trying to sign a central midfielder who's Brazilian. Brazilian na jina yake
with
ni
all due
Fred.
respect, Pogba is
Honestly,
not,
mjamaa ametoka
Pogba
KPL.
is not LeBron James in United, right? You won't base
but you
transfers
see,
on him.
The thing is,
It's that basic.
not everyone who's
Nah.
talented has leadership.
Yeah, does Ozil have leadership?
Yes, you can be talented.
He
but
did.
you're
He
not a
does. He
leader.
actually does. Uh-huh.
A good example, Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is he
he's
a
talented, but
out-and-out
he's not a leader. But he makes it work.
Forgive me for trying to the yardstick with which I'm measuring
We're not forgiving
Pogba.
you.
I'll forgive him. I'll
Okay.
forgive him.
The yardstick
First
with
time.
which I'm measuring Pogba with is that of a World Cup winner, right?
Yeah.
His role for France was immense. He was easily their most important player.
Playing with who though?
Doesn't matter.
Definitely not Fred.
Doesn't matter.
Or
Just
Max
hear me
Sauce.
out.
Fair enough.
When you whine, when people less talented than you, younger than you in a team, see you whining, not to your manager, not to the people who are able to make decisions at the club, but to the press on social media, that impacts the team negatively. It's the same kind of effect or anti-effect that someone like Harry Maguire, our captain, has when guys are arguing with the ref and you stay away. What the hell? What's your role?
No, but you
You
see,
see,
the
and
whining part.
that's the yardstick with which I will hold someone like Pogba too, right? You're Pogba, right? Everyone else comes second in that team with regard to talent. Yeah? How is it motivate a guy. Pick one. Just pick one. Motivate him. Let him be a better player. Teach him the things you do that you do easily that he seems to have a hard time doing. I don't know about the training ground,
I mean, I
but
see
Pogba
Bruno,
looks like the kind
I
of
see
guy
Bruno
who
doing well. Maybe he's
practice is done, he's out.
Nah, I mean, come on. Why should he have to pick up someone who you guys paid 50 million for? Why does he need to train someone who you guys paid 50 million pounds for?
I've not talked
He was
about
paid
training,
for-
but because he's your teammate.
Well, like I'm tutor.
Because he's your teammate.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Nah, listen. Whether you like it or not, I feel like United haven't invested in the quality around Pogba as much as they should have done.
Yeah.
Bruno
100%.
Fernandes is like the only quality addition, in my opinion. The only quality addition. The rest have come from the academy.
Mm.
Yeah, Mason Greenwood has come from the
Dan
academy. Who I
James.
believe Daniel James.
see?
Really?
Honestly,
Are
Ryan,
we-
Ryan Giggs. You
Do you
guys,
want to
he
hold on
lied to
Pogba
his
by
squad.
Who do we want to blame then?
You're bored. Your board is shit.
Right? We don't have a director of football.
And you're supposed to be one of the biggest clubs in the world.
We have it's bad. We have a CEO, right? Who's a marketer by profession. Apparently one of the best ever in marketing. Wants to be a director of football and be the CEO. That's a blunder. He needs to let go of the reins of choosing who to buy. Either listen to your coaches or listen to someone who's actually played the game. Right? You go make money. That's what you do best. Right? What you're trying to translate your prowess in making money to is not working. You know, he's buying players who first he overpays, right? And everyone now knows that, right? Secondly, he's never been a footballer. He's never been in the sphere of the game, the actual game,
He's
not
not
the
in-
business side.
He's not even someone who's united by heart, if you think about
I mean, it is
There
the
you
same
go.
person who spent 89 million pounds to buy their own academy player.
Yes. What is wrong with a man like that?
What's your stand on Ole?
By the way, are you Ole in, Ole out, or are you not pregnant? You're just waiting to see.
I remember. You're either pregnant or not, right?
Are you?
Well,
Don't say you're pregnant. That's not how this goes. You just need to say whether you're Ole
haven't-
in.
I haven't said a
that. I just wanted to make sure you don't say.
all in. We can afford the time. If you get what I mean. He's not a seasoned coach. He's not a seasoned manager, but why not get his stripes at United? We can afford having consistency at the top with regard to the manager. It doesn't help us when right now you disassemble the structure at the top, bringing in a coach with his own set of tactics, his own set of play, have players that try and adapt to that, see whether it works, right? Basically rebuilding within a team that's already set, right? That manager will come with demands for who he wants, who he doesn't want. Yeah? So that takes you back. I think we can afford the consistency as a minimum with regard to management.
Now, but what do you mean by afford the consistency? What consistency? To continuously make Champions League?
Having this having the same manager grow with a team, right, and see where that takes us.
So
That's my point.
where's the line? At what point would you think Ole out? Like,
Lack of progress beyond 3 years.
so he finished. So the he's been here for 2 seasons, right?
Yeah.
Better part.
2.5.
I think between 1.5 and 2
1.5
seasons.
and 2.
1.5 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
He finished third last season when he coached the full season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a progress.
Trophyless, right?
3
Yeah, yeah.
semi-finals.
So now moving forward is what I'm saying, right? There's been progress between where he finished season before last and last season where he finished third, right? If he were to finish in the top 4 this season, but with a trophy or 2 to boot, that is progress. Doesn't necessarily mean that he has to finish above top 3 to show progress with no cup. That's my point.
If he wins something, that's
If he
a
wins
sign of
something and
progress
maintains
for
us
you.
in the Champions League,
That's progress.
that's progress.
If-
From the financial side, with regard to the board being in they're checking out their balance sheets and seeing that there's money coming in next season from Champions League, that's progress.
If he gets you to the Champions League again, under obviously very different circumstances now, considering there's different challenges, you
Yes.
know, is that progress still, or is that just...
He has to win something. He has to win something.
Okay.
And by something, I mean either the EPL, the FA Cup, or the Champions League.
Carabao Cup? I think that's a more realistic target.
wait. We're not talking about FIFA, are we?
I think Carabao Cup is a more realistic target.
No.
Anzeni Napo.
Our aspirations as United and your aspirations for whoever you support are very different.
No. I'm just saying what's realistic, considering you have a manager who's not seasoned.
What do you mean? What's realistic? Right now, it's open season for the EPL, isn't it?
Yeah, but let's not get
It
carried
is.
away, right?
Why not?
That doesn't mean Kina Wolves guys have a chance, you know. No, what I'm saying
Are you
it
comparing us
doesn't-
guys to Wolves?
It
I'm
doesn't.
just
It doesn't
saying-
make Arsenal have a chance as well.
Yeah, nobody said Arsenal is in the title race.
That's-
Neither is United.
No. Oh, speak for your team, bro.
You think you're in a title race?
Yes. 9 games down, 31 to 29 to go, with a game in hand. 30 games for us to go. That's 90 points up for grabs, bro. What do you mean we're not in the?
But you don't have a seasoned manager.
Doesn't mean that this is not the season for him to try and go for it.
What? Okay.
So far, so good,
so
no?
You genuinely think
So
you get
far,
a-
so good, no?
Moja.
We are 10th.
I wouldn't
with
say
a,
so.
We are 10th with a game in hand.
So you genuinely think you get a title contenders?
If all factors held constant, we get those 3 points.
But that's the
Where
thing.
does that-
Factors are never held
Just
constant.
indulge
Not
me.
in football.
Indulge me.
Okay, fine, I will.
Indulge me.
Sawa.
So all factors held constant. If you were to give us those extra 3 points, we go to 4th, right?
Sort of, yeah.
You-
I don't think
you-
fourth.
winning
I don't think
your
the
game in
position
hand.
matters.
Wait.
No.
I think it's how many
I'm-
points.
I'm
that's what
talking
matters.
about with regard to us being in the title race. Right now, it might appear that we are not in the title race by virtue of the fact that we are 10th.
No, you're not in the title race because
Because
you
of?
lost more games away at home than you have away from home.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, you see,
But-
Tottenham are title contenders
but-
because they're at the summit, but at the same time, they're beating everyone. Beating everyone.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And we happen to have lost to that team that is beating everyone.
And remember,
Right?
this is the same guy that said City are not title contenders this season.
I don't think they are.
So United are and City are not.
Yes. I don't support City. Why do you expect me to speak
No,
for
of
City?
course, nobody.
I'm
No,
speaking
no.
for United.
No, of course, but
Yeah.
we expect some level of unbiased.
Yes,
opinion.
like Spurs are title contenders. Chelsea are title contenders.
That's very interesting. That's not
No,
the
what
case,
I'm
yeah.
doing is embracing the fact that we didn't start well. We weren't playing well.
It's difficult. It's difficult to
No,
say.
did we
United
or
are
did we not
title
play well?
contenders.
Were we playing well at the beginning of the season?
No, and you're
We
not playing
weren't.
well now.
But we're getting results now. That's what matters. A man who sleeps on the floor cannot fall off his bed. You'd rather play badly now than play badly later. That's my point.
But there's no guarantee that you're going to play well in the near future.
Last season, after when we had that run, when we were
After you signed Bruno, that's when you started playing better. Sawa.
after
simple
that,
as.
after
Before
after
that-
you know he's actually our player, right?
Yes, he is.
I know.
After you signed Bruno.
That's why we bought him.
Yeah.
Yes. Thing is, when we signed him after that transfer window, the run we went on
Yeah.
was better than anyone in the APL, right? So
Up until you
I'm
got
not
to,
saying
up until you got to the
Wait, the
semi-finals.
penalty runs.
we didn't give those penalties to ourselves.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it
just
helps
correctly
if a
confirming.
United fan-
Maybe you're talking about
no
different.
penalty runs.
Uh-huh.
Stop tripping us in the bloody box. What do you mean? Stop handling the ball in the box.
Look,
Surely,
let's wrap
come
this
on.
up because this guy, Mr. Hatari, says United have the potential to be title contenders
We
right now.
do.
And
We
we'll
do.
quote you. We have video proof.
Listen, Arteta. Listen, Arteta. Arteta is trying to use Pepe as an excuse.
What?
Pepe is
How?
he's trying to use because before Pepe was red carded, you guys were still struggling.
We were
Zero
struggling.
shots
We were
halftime with
struggling.
Pepe.
We were struggling. We were poor. Apparently, Granit Xhaka passed the ball to our number 10, Willock, a maximum amount of 0 times.
5 shots, none on target.
Yeah, man.
First half.
The most passes to Aubameyang was Leno.
And Saka, who came off the bench.
You
So-
you
so-
support a
so
volleyball team.
this
What
is-
the hell?
It's honestly so weird, bro. Nah, but the
Jeez.
lack of creativity is a massive, massive problem, man. Because the thing is, it doesn't help. Of course, it's a problem, right? Even before signing Willian and even after getting these guys, it's still a problem because the players that we have right now, we know can perform at a better level, but there
Yeah.
simply aren't. And I think that's more to do with Arteta and his management, right? Than I mean, is it a coincidence that Willian is off form, Lacazette is off form, Aubameyang's off form, Dani Ceballos is off form, Granit Xhaka is off form?
not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence that all these players are off form at the same time. And that could be a number of things. It could be the players not being able to do what Arteta wants. It could also be the Arteta not being able to send out whatever he wants from them and getting it as clearly as possible. So it's gonna take time, but at the same time, it's so evident that this guy wants different players right now. We tried to sign Awar first, didn't work out. Now apparently we're being linked to Awar and Dominic Szoboszlai, number 8 in the Wonder Kids list. By the way, go check him out. He's kind of beef. So it's no wonder that we're really trying to sign these players, because a lot, the team right now, we have seasoned professionals. Seasoned professionals, okay? Who are just looking a little better than guys who are fresh academy graduates. I mean, if we're, as an Arsenal fan base, if we're looking over our shoulder and thinking, Gabriel Martinelli's going to come and, really push us forward. If Gabriel Martinelli, an 18-year-old or 19-year-old who 2 years ago was playing in the 4th division in a regional division in Brazil is the answer to some of our problems, then we have massive personnel issues, massive. And I think, I mean, there you go. Look, I'm annoyed by that point, because it's not like, the annoyance isn't that we got a red card. The annoyance is, even if we didn't get the red card, what's the guarantee that we would have actually gotten something out of that game?
Okay, something. When you say you lack creativity, are you saying you lack creative players or you lack creative system? Because I think
both.
You have the players.
No.
Listen, I think you have the players. I think you the same players are the ones.
Finish, bro.
The same players are the ones Emery had.
Sorry.
the same players are the same Emery had.
Yeah.
And you guys are not struggling going forward.
No, well, that's harsh, because
you were not struggling going forward as you are right now.
No,
that's
of course
my point.
we weren't. Of course
exactly.
we weren't, right?
So it's not a personal problem. It is a tactical problem, and all comes out to Arteta.
No. The way I see it, right? A lot of these players are being asked to do things that they can't quite do yet.
Which is ridiculous. You don't expect a woman to be tracking back in your defense.
It's not just about the defensive duties, by the way, because first of all, I don't know why people bash that particular attributes of Arteta's players. That's exactly the kind of shit that built Man City. That's exactly the kind of shit that built Jupp Heynckes' Bayern Munich team.
City, no.
Those guys defend seriously, they defend, they work hard. Liverpool as well. They defend, they attack, they do everything. And that's not a bad thing. But obviously it's an issue when all you do is defend. And that's going to take time to weed out. Arteta rightfully called out the what is it, dismissal or the departures of Rosicky, Cazorla, Ramsey, Wilshere, all these technically gifted players who could play in these half spaces.
Yeah.
You know what half spaces are, right? It's like a space, but like not full space, half space. No, half spaces are the lines in between, the space in between the fullback and the center back. Okay, if you look at that area, that's the half space. We'll get it up.
You're speaking in absolution.
Absolutes. I meant to say absolutes.
You're speaking in absolution.
I remember that.
I meant to say absolutes.
Yes.
Anyway, in those moments, in those positions, we have nobody who can play in that position. Dani Ceballos is a central midfielder who likes everybody to be ahead of him. He can see everything. He doesn't know how to receive the ball in pockets of space.
I disagree.
Willian can do it. No, I that's my opinion. You can disagree. That's fine. Let me just finish. Let me land, bruv. Anyway, that's why
you're crippling your players.
He's a Real Madrid
your players
reject.
are not good enough.
Willian can do it, but he's just playing so poorly right now. Now he's off injured. Joe Willock is not a number 10.
No.
I think that's the one thing I'd criticize Arteta for. I can tell Willock is not a number 10. I'd like you to know before me that he's not a number 10. But you tried it, didn't work. You're learning your craft, and that's cool. So yeah, man, it's okay. We're gonna see how things go. The way I see it, right? It's like a weird discussion, but it's kind of similar to what he was saying about United.
So now you don't agree with him because we're talking about Arsenal.
No. It's in a different.
Thank you for the validation.
In a different in a different discussion. Arsenal, honestly, all they need to do right now is stay within touching distance of the top 4 contenders. Touching distance, right? Right now we're 7 points off the top.
Touching distance FC.
So that's not even a thing. If you want to make it a thing, because you'll get the editor to do some shit with it, that's cool. I don't give a fuck. But if we stay within touching distance and then we bring in... Why is that even funny? I don't get it. So if we stay within touching distance, shut the fuck up. and then we get our January recruitments. I believe those recruitments can have a very similar impact to what Bruno Fernandes had for these lot. So yeah, honestly, and that's the thing.
Sucks to be you.
It does suck to be us. Honestly, it really does suck to be us.
You just spent 3 minutes saying nothing apart from touching distance.
You can't tell me I said nothing, bro. I know I said something.
You haven't said anything.
That's up to you, and that's up to the guys in the audience. If you guys think I said nothing, fuck you guys. Okay? Fuck you, Saddam, as well. So my point is, though, honestly, Arsenal, all they need to do is stay within touching distance, and then push on in January once we have some actual players that Arteta likes. You know, players that Arteta wants.
Do you believe your club will get Arteta the players he wants? Because he already hasn't.
You know why? I actually I was listening to a podcast by another guy I follow called Gunner Blog. He was suggesting that before we weren't necessarily convincing when we wanted to sign guys like Zaha. Apparently our presentations weren't good. So like the pie charts and the bar graphs, they didn't make sense.
Wait, you didn't convince Zaha?
40 million
no,
plus
we
one
didn't
kind of
convince
situation.
the board. The board in a crunk were like, hey, presentation I'm just save. You know, like that kind of shit. After transitions, Aziko, you know what I mean? It wasn't good presentations. But now Edu, Checky, Edu.
So Excel, Jama Excel.
Edu and Arteta, just chill. Edu and Arteta use Canva. You know Canva, it's brilliant. So they put up some great presentations. They were like, this is the football we want to do. This is the kind of football we want to play. Not defensive, shut the fuck up. And these are the players we're going to need. Right now, Arteta's fixed what? Our defense. Who are our main recruits right now? Our main investments. A holding midfielder and an actual centre-back. He still hasn't brought in an attacking player apart from Willian. And that's weird. But the point is, he hasn't spent actual money on creative midfielders. Up until he does that, I'm not judging him. And you can't judge him. It's unfair to judge him if he doesn't have creative players. If he hasn't signed his own creative players.
I think the fact that he's done something different starting the game at Leeds, that's positive with regard to you guys.
For sure.
Wait, something different, what do you mean?
So he played a 4-2-3-1.
He played Oba through the middle.
Okay.
That was the first time, by the way, in Premier League ever.
You have to try something different.
Okay.
Yeah. I have nothing else positive to say about you guys. Keep dying.
So in my opinion, the points, all things considered, was a great point. Those guys hit the post like 7 times.
Yeah.
I think the post made just about as many saves as Bernd Leno, by the way. Woo! And he was our man of the match. Yeah. You can tell who was the best performer from an Arsenal point of view, the post. So it's struggling. We're struggling, Kidogo, but it's okay. The thing is, right, they managed to do what they do well, and that's defend. And that's a good point. I know we're going to look back at the end of the season. We're going to think to ourselves, wow, that post saved the crap out of this season. So, yeah.
It's a valuable point.
So after January transfer, you're giving Arteta that?
Yeah, what?
So at what point do you think Arteta is not good enough? At what point?
I always said 2 full seasons with proper investments.
So if you guys finish 11 this season, you'll still want to be...
Kwani game week 9 ndo mwisho?
Now asking a question.
Now that you're saying it. Come on,
Kwani
bro.
game week 9 ndo mwisho? How are we going to finish 11th?
Same thing I said, right?
No, I knew.
What do you think?
What do you think about what?
What do you think about
Nobody cares what
Arsenal and Arteta?
Nobody cares what
Arteta is not good enough.
I'm telling you, it's not good for likes and views.
Listen, Arteta, no. Well, that's a good point.
It's not good for likes and views. Whatever he has to think is really not good for likes.
It's bad for the show.
The fuck are you pregnant or you're not? To a man? Yeah, what does that even mean, bro?
Okay, listen. To me, I think Arteta he's just confused. He's not a good coach at all. Anyone can tell, even you can instruct your players to defend. Just tell them all of them are keko post. Because that is what they're doing.
Kila mtu nyuma.
Sawa, wewe utamsikiza yeye ama Jurgen Klopp, Pochettino, utamsikiza yeye ama Marcelo Bielsa, utamsikiza Saddam 1-2 TV.
Yes.
This could be the making.
Listen.
In 2 years to I'm on a Sky Sports.
Well, you never know.
I'm not yet seasoned,
Wow, touche.
So my point with me, Arteta, he has ruined Arsenal.
What?
He has ruined Arsenal.
Unai Emery
completely.
greater than Arteta, right?
Obviously, yes.
Wow. He's ruined Arsenal.
He has ruined Arsenal.
He's
Hard
just
as that
won-
may be.
As
Bro.
difficult as it is, Arsenal.
Jeez,
Listen, Arsenal.
we've won the FA Cup trophy, beating Chelsea and Man
You've
City.
always been winning
We
FA
beat
Cup.
Liverpool in the
You've
Premier
always-
League, and then
FA
we beat them in the Community Shield without any training sessions, and they've been training for 2 weeks.
So he's right.
He's ruined Arsenal
Yeah.
because that's stuff we never used to do.
Well.
No, from his point
I
of
get
view.
it. I get
From
it.
his point
Nice
of
one,
view.
bro. Go tell your story, Mr. Tari. Kumbe when you know, I'm saying, hey, Safi. Nah, I'm just saying.
Oh, good.
I'm just saying. What seriously? What is your
I
like?
genuinely think. Listen, you guys have lost 4 games. Sawa in 9.
Yeah.
That isn't. There's nothing good in that.
No. He's creating balance. I tweeted it the other day, right? We've won 4 games, lost 4 games, and drawn 1.
How is that a good thing? How is that a step forward? How is that a step forward from Emery?
That's balance.
13 points.
If you think about it, it's quite symmetrical.
Is that what you want?
4-4, 4-1-4.
That's what you guys.
I'm just saying.
That's what you're
aesthetically
aspiring to.
Aesthetically speaking.
So you want a situation where you've won
Let's more balance out. You don't want to be too strong, and then guys will just say Arteta. You don't want that pressure.
won 16, lost 16, drawn 6. That's ideal for you guys,
Man, we can draw 5 even.
and lose the other one.
Listen, all I'm saying is it's very unfair for Saddam to think this.
Arteta might be the kind of coach that Pepe is, a kind of coach where you only are able to work with very, very good talent.
Yes.
Might be. And I don't mind that. What the fuck? How is that a problem?
Arsenal will
That's a
never-
problem because he doesn't have that kind of
And
coach
Arsenal
right
will never
now.
have that
right
kind of coach.
now.
You'll never have that kind of
You
Right
will
squad.
now,
never.
but
You,
I'm not like Saddam
you said
and
you
the
don't have
rest
an
of these
Arab
Arsenal-
player. You don't have an Arab owner who's going to get you everyone
See.
you want.
No.
So you need a coach who can make your shit players play well, and he can't.
No, we don't need that
Thank you.
trust because we've tried those kind of
You
coaches.
no.
Yeah, we've tried. We've
Oh,
tried
like
those kind
who?
of coaches, man.
Like who?
Arsene Wenger, Unai Emery.
Wait. Are you slandering Wenger?
What?
I'm not slandering him.
Did
I'm
you just become
saying,
an Arsenal fan?
Listen,
Are you slandering Wenger?
I'm not slandering him. I'm just saying Arsene Wenger made Danielson, Chamak, Bentner, all these guys play well, right? To get us into the Champions League. We've done that. We're still banter club. What we need to do is change. And right now, he demanded that, by the way. Arteta, when he joined, he said, if I take on this thing, right, I'm going to need investment. I'm going to need you guys to spend money. 45 million paid in full to La Liga, right?
That was a desperate move because you're going to get Awa.
We
True
were
or
always-
false?
We were always going to be signed.
That was a desperate move.
When you don't follow AFC Bell,
Who the fuck is that?
that's an Arab page on Twitter, right? That has been, They claimed they from June, they were like, we have a file. We know our party is going to sign for Arsenal this summer. And they were right. They started
That
off
was
with
a
20K
gamble.
followers.
Anyone can say that.
Yeah, sure.
There's no science there, surely.
Bro, these guys knew everything, man.
What else have they? What else
I'm
have
pretty
they?
sure it's party just tweeting in Arabic.
So
Anyway.
one coincidence makes them.
Listen, and now, wait,
Come on.
and now,
The most reliable
and
source
now,
ever.
and now, they have clearly stated that we're gonna sign Husam Awar probably in the summer and Dominic Szoboszlai in January.
Okay,
so for
so,
me,
wait.
all things cool, man. We just have to wait till January, bro. We'll be sour. Don't worry about us. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so who's going to
Don't
present
worry about it,
who's going to make the PDF, the presentation?
Washafanya edu bwana. Kuona
Okay, sure.
yeah, man, alitengeneza PDF ya PowerPoint ya party to come sign. PowerPoint ya Gabriel to come sign. Sijui nani anatengeneza PowerPoint ya William, lakini ile ilikuwa notes.
Jeez.
So all in all, this guy is saying Arsenal didn't sign Zaha because of an erroneous
Excel sheet.
PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
It wasn't well designed.
Yeah. MS Word letter normal.
Unai Emery typed it in Spanish. Didn't work. Explain. He couldn't. Remember explain? Explain. Protagonist. You have to be protagonist. Good evening. You know what I mean? It's lit. It's lit. So, we're chilling. We're cool, man. Arsenal guys, listen, I have a message for you guys, okay? Don't listen to these guys. Don't be those reactive fans. You got to be logical. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it because Edu and Mikel Arteta know what to do. Do you know, for example, random fact, Edu went to Kanu. You know Kanu.
Nanko.
Yeah. Arsenal legend, right? They walked hand in hand. They held hands. They walked into La Liga and paid that thing, man. They convinced Thomas Partey to join. Yeah. Yeah. Arsenal legends working together. You'll never see that at United.
Partey was
Your legend recommended.
convincing Partey.
Your legend, Ryan Giggs, recommended fucking Daniel James.
Listen, they convinced Partey.
That's mad.
They convinced Partey
That's mad.
by multiplying his salary by 5.
Who?
Partey. That's how they convinced him. He was earning
You
like 20
know,
something.
math is not that
He
hard.
was earning 20 something. He's
Yes.
now earning 100 and something.
Yes.
That is the easiest.
Math is not that
anyone.
hard.
Partey has deserved that deal.
So far, no.
He's played like 3 games. What do you mean so far? It's so
okay,
close.
So what do you mean
It's
deserved?
not
So what do you
Mbali
mean
mean.
deserved?
There's one good game,
Bro.
2 shit ones.
Pogba,
One good
So
game.
you,
and he was playing against
what
Fred.
this guy is saying is, as an Arsenal fan, you should be content winning 4, losing 4, and drawing 1. That ratio, keep it. That's what you're saying.
For now.
For now.
Until we
That's
have,
there or thereabouts.
Until we have Hussein Awar.
Keep it on.
And Dominic
touching-
Nani. Dominic Nani, Sema.
Touching distance.
Sucks to be you.
Shobo Sly. Not sucks to be you. I don't know who that player is.
I thought his second name is.
He might
supposed to
be someone else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shobo Sly. His beef. All right, guys.
Shobosly.
Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. Like I said, if you're an Arsenal fan, it's not all doom and gloom. We're cool. Just chill out. Take it easy. Pressure.
Top of the table, page 2.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, page 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, top of the table.
So that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening, and all that stuff, and all the engagement so far. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on our socials, Onetwo TV on Instagram and on Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube. So we'll see you guys next week when Arsenal finally win a game, scoring a goal from open play.